At the scintillating second round of the Paulo Duarte FIM EnduroGP World Championship, Spain's Josep Garcia and reigning EnduroGP World Champion Steve Holcombe from Great Britain trade off hard-fought stage wins in the Enduro hotbed of Valpaços at the GP of Portugal. It's the final event of a grueling back-to-back season-opening Portuguese doubleheader.
No, it's always good to get a win, get the gold plate for Romania, which is something that's going to look nice for the #1. Although I'm on a different brand of bike this year, I feel better in myself, and I think that showed being so consistent and so fast in the last 2 rounds. Yeah, to Romania.
The Red Bull KTM and Honda RedMoto riders are tied on points, but the Brit holds the gold leaders plate thanks to his win in the last stage. Round 3 of the 2024 Paulo Duarte FIM EnduroGP World Championship is the GP of Romania. It's been 11 years since the last time the paddock visited this Eastern European locale. The historical host city of Bacau extends a warm and classical music-infused welcome to the world's elite enduro riders. Coming off a thrilling Portuguese leg, the paddock is revving up for another sensational, adrenaline-filled weekend of racing at the Romanian Grand Prix.
We are here at Road 3 EnduroGP in Romania. Yeah, the tests are looking really nice, technical. I hope I will be fighting for the top step.
Hi to everybody, we are there in Romania for the 5 and 6 round of EnduroGP. I'm so happy because I like a lot the special and really pumped for go up in the championship.
The mandatory administration and technical controls are always an integral part of the Friday proceedings, officially concluding the mechanical preparation of the bikes. Every Grand Prix puts its own twist on the opening ceremony festivities. In Bacau, it's a mix of traditional Romanian singing and dancing for the local fans and foreign visitors gathered on site before the first evening of racing action. Keeping with EnduroGP tradition, competitors tackle the Akrapovic Super Test on the first evening of every round. It's always an exciting show and an informative sneak peek at what the weekend's 2 full stages of racing hold in store. Designed by the local organizer, Moto Club Escape, the fast-paced, grassy course is more flowing than usual and a well-balanced mix of man-made obstacles and natural elevation changes that get the riders up to speed for the weekend and make for an impressive, crowd-pleasing show. Two of this season's favorites, Andrea Verona and Nathan Watson, put on one of the most impressive head-to-head duels of the evening. The Italian GASGAS rider and the Beta Factory Brit finished 5th and 6th respectively, putting themselves in position to challenge for a class or even the overall win on day 1. As in the last two rounds, the final Super Test duel is between the current standings leaders, Josep Garcia and Steve Holcombe. The riding is fast and furious as the KTM-mounted Spaniard tries to get the edge again on the Honda RedMoto riding Brit. Pushing too hard at the end, a big get-off relegates Holcombe to 21st place. In third place, Garcia isn't the fastest to the finish on Friday evening for the first time this season. Zach Pichon puts in another speedy Super Test performance to finish second. Firing on all cylinders, Matteo Cavallo wins his first Akrapovic Super Test since round one last year in San Remo.
It's a special feeling because beat the first guys in the class. It's very difficult and has a really good taste to beat them today and put the wheels in front of them. I can't wait to start tomorrow and enjoy the riding.
The sun shines brightly on Saturday morning while riders prep for the first stage.
Expectations, I mean, we're going to give our best and go for the win, like every race. I mean, starting to get back to, sort of 100% and feeling a lot more like myself. So, yeah, looking for a good day.
Now the track are fresh, new, but for sure in a few laps they're going to be already destroyed. It's the first time for me here in Romania, but looks nice to test, yes, sure.
The concentrated looks on riders' faces make it clear that their focus is ticking up as start times approach. The day's competition promises to be insanely intense. Snaking through grassy fields on both flanks of a picturesque valley in the rolling foothills of the Carpathian Mountains, the 3.3-kilometer Acerbis cross test allows riders to open their throttles wide. The up and downhill straights, winding turns, and lengthy transfer jumps offer plenty of high speed and high flying action. With 2 wins and 2 second places on his Beta factory machine, Watson is Saturday's most accomplished rider on the cross test. Sitting in another striking valley covered by a dense pine forest with a dry rocky creek bed snaking along the bottom, the 2-kilometer-long Polysport Extreme Test track is tight and technical. The primary difficulties are steep climbs and descents, major ruts, and knotted tree roots. With little time to relax, the terrain's diverse and mainly unforgiving nature means no mistake goes unpunished. Only Verona rides error-free, posting the fastest chrono of every lap on day one. Holcombe is the 3rd fastest in every lap around the 5.5-kilometer Maxis Enduro test that winds through the stunning forest-covered countryside surrounding the city of Bacau. The purest track design is broad, winding, and rugged enough to allow speed and technique to separate the best from the rest. Garcia and Verona, the day's top-performing duo, split the Enduro test wins between them in a spectacular special that's exceptionally pleasing for riders and Enduro enthusiasts alike. almost 40 seconds off a podium pace, Brad Freeman poses little threat to the top three. Still, the multiple world champion cruises to victory in Enduro 3 class. Holcombe never finds the form necessary to challenge for the scratch win, and the reigning EnduroGP champion settles for third place. Garcia fights to the bitter end with nearly flawless riding on the fantastic course. Still, the Spaniard lets a potential third victory of the season slip from his grasp on the last lap. After a day spent trading the lead with his Spanish rival, 2022 EnduroGP World Champion Andrea Verona claims his first scratch win of 2024. Garcia and Holcombe stand alongside the Italian on Saturday's EGP podium, with Freeman and Fast Eddie Racing's Jamie McCanney rounding out the top 5.
Happy on my riding today. I rode pretty good all the tests, just a small crash on the first cross test, but feeling good with the bike, feeling good with the test. So in Portugal, round 2, I almost got the over wheel, but just worked 1 second with Steve. So tomorrow I think the tests are already quite bumpy and destroyed, so I think it's gonna be an interesting day for sure. I put the same tires, same bike setup as today, and yeah, I think it's gonna be another really hard day fighting with the other guys.
Our company, Prime Studio, was specialized in motorsport as well in tennis. When it comes to COVID times, we had no work because it was forbidden to do events. And suddenly the FIM, the International Motorcycle Federation, launched a tender for service provider for this EnduroGP. Not even one of us are Enduro guys. You know, we are from Dakar, we are from tennis, but we need to work. So we went in this tender and we won. They pick us as a service provider, and later on we became the promoters. It was very difficult because by the times we not even one local promoter. And we had around 90, 80 riders, 6 factory teams or 5 factory teams. And now after 2 years we have 10 factory teams, we have races with 180 to 100 riders. You don't have just one local promoter, we have dozens of local promoters. Television-wise, we went very well, more than 100 countries. Social media, Facebook is 305,000 followers, and Instagram is 250,000, something like that. And we start to build a product, because in the end, EnduroGP, it is not just racing, it's a completely pack, a product. I do believe that by the end of 2026, we maybe have EnduroGP and the World Championship where we really want. You know, this is some goals that we want to achieve. There are some targets that we want to achieve. I'm just the man that you see, because behind us or behind me, we have a great team. This team have huge responsibilities, a lot of tasks. The first thing it is to find the location, which it is to find a good local promoter. Someone that together with us make an event, a good event of the World Championship, EnduroGP. Those events, EnduroGP now for the World Championship, are difficult to organize, because we need more or less a place with between 50, 60 kilometers, special for the transfers. Then you have 4 specials, the super test, the cross test, the enduro test, and the extreme test. Usually the extreme test is natural, which means that we need to find a place with rocks and mountains or whatever in order that we can make this special. So let's say, besides the track inspector, because he's the man that is doing all the tracks, let's say that it is an enormous organization. We are very happy with the results, and we are very happy with the teams. We are very happy with the work of everybody. For the very first time I can see huge results. I can see programs of 26 minutes all over the world. I can see shots of 30 seconds all over the world. I can see sponsors that want to come. It is really very nice to say, I'm sorry, I can't have you because I already have another one. That didn't happen 3 years ago. So we are on a race, which it is not a sprint race or a speed race. We are on a marathon race. We need more 2 years to reach our goals. To find the way, you have to walk, and you have to walk a lot. Very fast, I understand that to walk in the enduro way is difficult. You have a lot of stones in the middle, Again, when you make a professional work and when you respect the riders and you respect the teams and you work with them and you work with everybody, that it is always easy to achieve results.
On Sunday morning, all eyes are on yesterday's action men, Verona and Garcia, as everyone prepares for the final stage of round 3. Garcia takes the lead early, blitzing the first test. On the other hand, Verona struggles trying to regain his winning form from Saturday. By the end of lap 1, Garcia has put more than 10 seconds between himself and everyone but Holcombe. At the halfway point in the day's racing, stage 2 is Garcia's to lose. Verona, Holcombe, Freeman, and Watson give a spirited chase to the Spaniard, but are really just fighting each other for the last 2 spots on the EnduroGP podium. Alberto Elgari sweeps the Enduro Youth class on the weekend, leaving Romania at the top of the standings after an impressive performance on his TM motorbike. Axel Semb settles for 2nd and 3rd place finishes, but leads the GALFER Junior Enduro Championship standings after round 3. While Verona fine-tunes his bike between laps, Garcia keeps a close eye on the EnduroGP website's live timing updates. In a season's best 6th place, 2022 Junior World Champion Zach Pichon finishes just under 4 seconds from Sunday's top 5 scratch times. 5th overall is Steve Holcombe's first non-podium placing of 2024, which makes it a disappointing end to the round for the reigning world champion. Beta's newest Brit, Nathan Watson, spends his day racing for bragging rights and the last spot on the EGP podium with his teammate and fellow countryman Freeman. Although in the end, it is Brad Freeman who nabs his first EnduroGP podium since round 4 of 2023. Andrea Verona can't reproduce the magic he made in Stage 1 on his GASGAS, finishing second in Stage 2, but well off the winning pace. In Bacau, Josep Garcia is finally victorious on a Sunday, leading the stage from start to finish and winning 6 out of 12 specials. Italy's Verona and the UK's Freeman join the Spaniard on the overall EnduroGP podium, with Watson and Holcombe completing the top 5. In Open two-stroke World Cup action, Belgium's Tim Luis loses a stage to Czech rider Yuri Hadek on Sunday, but he heads to the next event, leading the category standings over Israel's Inbar Selinger and France's Logan Merlier. Sweden's Arvid Carlsson wins both stages of the Open four-stroke World Cup in the absence of the category's top 3. Great Britain's Alfie Webb still leads the standings, with Frenchman Alex Pichot and Franck Luberiaga in second and third. Two-time Open senior champion Andrea Bellotti is fastest in all but 3 of the weekend specials at the GP of Romania, on his way to 2 more day wins over Sweden's Patrick Andersson and Belgium's Joël Dussupesh. Youth Enduro is all about Italy for the moment. TM Moto's Alberto Elgari wins both stages and takes over the mantle of class favorite from Manuel Verzaroli. Their compatriot Pietro Scardina sits third in the hotly contested 125cc class. In the GALFER Junior Enduro Championship, Sweden's Axel Semb is no match for his compatriot and weekend double stage winner Max Ahlin. Still, the Fantic Racing team rider maintains his lead in the class standings in front of his compatriot Ahlin and Italy's Cristino. Red Bull KTM Factory Racing's Josep Garcia stands alone atop the EnduroGP World Championship podium after round 3 at the GP of Romania. Verona and Holcombe are in hot pursuit of the speedy Spaniard, with British trio Watson, Freeman and McCanny not far behind.
Happy to win also here and fighting during the whole day, because this race, the Enduro Test and the Extreme, was not my really type of racing, so I'm happy because this year I think I make small changes on my riding style and trainings that give me this way of racing too. Well, I think the hard work pays off, no, at the end. But to be honest, it's always good to be on leading the championship with the gold plate. It's always better being front. It's like this. But it's no time to think about championship. I mean, for sure it's better. I like when I finish today and I say, wow, I'm come back first again, no? For sure it's better and it's good motivation, but it's a lot of racing. As you can see, the tracks are really destroyed and everything can happen in 1 second. So we just need to keep focus and keep this line during the whole season.
The celebration is sweet, but coming up on the season's halfway point, the riders know the EnduroGP title race is well and truly on. Inside the factory racing tents, the ambiance is as serious as out on the course. Everyone is focused on one thing in every stage: bringing home the win. The manufacturer standings are just as close as the riders, with KTM leading Honda and GASGAS by 10 and 11 points respectively. With outstanding performances on the traditional enduro-style terrain at the GP of Romania, round 3 of the Paulo Duarte FIM EnduroGP World Championship has been an enduro purist's dream. After an intense, action-packed start to the season, the riders have earned a much-needed 6-week break. When they're back in the saddle, Garcia, Holcombe, Verona, and the rest of the paddock will be ready to go full gas for round 4 at the GP of Italy. We'll see you there.